Welcome back. Question for you. Do you know how to swim? Do your children know how to swim? If the answer is no, then you should consider learning and making your children learn as well. The YMCA hopes to teach children and adults with little to no swimming experience during its upcoming Splash Week, April 15th through the 18th, as well as learning today about how to swim. It's not just about recreation, it's about safety too. When you look at the statistics, drowning is the leading cause of death for children between the ages of 1 to 5. That is staggering enough to get my attention as a parent, but also as an adult who admits she's not the best swimmer herself. With us today, we have Megan Angel. She is the YMCA Aquatics Director, and we thank you for joining us today. Seated next to her is Todd Wade. He's YMCA's Vice President of Community Services. Thank you. This is a huge issue in our community, especially among communities of color, where there is a, I don't want to say generational reticence to being in the water or around water. I can only speak from my own personal experience as a Latina, but growing up, I remember that our neighbors had a pool, and it was the place all kids wanted to be, but it was a place I feared more than anything. One, I was never taught to swim, and two, there was concern about, and this is going to sound very vain and very almost silly to some people, getting my hair wet. My mother had spent I had so much hair, and it had been braided, and then if I let it go and got it wet, it would take forever for my mother to dry and braid and do all of that. So I stayed away from the water. Is this what you're hearing? Are you hearing about this sort of disconnect when it comes to swimming?
It is a pre-existing fear for a lot of children because their parents, their grandparents weren't given that opportunity to learn how to swim when they were younger.
Right.
And given where we are with the canal and the lake and the river, it's really important skill that everyone knows how to swim, just not for recreation and to have fun, but definitely for the safety aspect. But the parents have fear, and it definitely, you can see that transpire into kids when they're at the pool too.
Yeah, so parental attitudes matter, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
When it comes to this issue. Why is the YMCA saying, all right, let's tackle this. Let's literally get in the water and figure this out, right?
We're doing our social responsibility, which is one of our pillars of the Y, to meet the needs of the community by doing that, just by offering the free swim lessons every year during spring break, which this year is April 15th through 18th. We offer swim lessons in the morning and the evening, and it's just for all ages from 6 months through adults, including those with diverse abilities as well.
Wow. Okay, so you're talking everybody.
Yes.
So if someone's watching this and thinking, all right, but how do I even start? I mean, I'm afraid to get into a bathing suit. I haven't been in a bathing suit in years. How do I start with my kids? You know, this is literally just touching the surface here, right?
Absolutely.
And we're scratching the surface here.
The hardest part is just getting there.
Yeah.
Sign up for it and just get yourself there, and once you're there, and it's so much easier. We have experienced swim instructors who have worked with people who are terrified on the side of the pool crying to those who are willing to jump right in the very first day. So we have experienced all ranges of abilities, and it's just getting there is the hardest part.
These are free lessons, but you've got to pre-register, right, Todd? So what's the deal with that? How do people get in on this?
So Megan has that information.
Yeah, you got to sign up, right?
Yes, you do. So you can register online, which we prefer at our YMCA website, RochesterYMCA.org.
Okay.
And you can do that online. If not, you can come into any of our locations that do have pools and register at the front desk as well.
Now, when I was talking about the disconnect between, you know, the swimming skills amongst people of color and Caucasians here, this is really interesting. The percentage of children who cannot swim is highest in city-based low-income households. And according to statistics, I'm reading here, 70% are African-American children, 60% are Hispanic, and 40% are Caucasian. Children who are from low-income households in the city who don't, who cannot swim.
Correct.
And sometimes they don't have access to a pool or a recreational swimming. But in some cases, it's like I said, parents' attitude. Yeah. Right. Reaching out into the community, this is what this event is all about, isn't it?
So Splash Week is just one of the many things that the Y does. Within our youth development work that we do, it is our mission to create equity and equitable programming for young people in the city. So Splash Week is a perfect example of all of those donations and community resources that come to the Y through Channel 13, through the United Way, Greater Rochester Health Foundation, Rochester City School District. That all supports what we do so that we can make this difference so that children and families can learn to swim.
Yeah.
But it goes deeper than that in terms of youth development, getting into social emotional learning, helping our kids through trauma-informed care and vast enrichment experiences in the after-school world.
Literally a safe place.
It is.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to learn more about Splash Week and how you can get in on it. Do not miss this opportunity. A free week of lessons to kickstart, your love of swimming and being safe around water. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Holly Robinson Pete.
The cycle of fear about being around the water. It's one of the reasons the YMCA holds Splash Week each year, April 15th through the 18th this year. It is a free week of learning swim lessons for people who have little to no experience, and you don't have to be a member to do this, right?
Correct. We open up registration March 29th for non-members. Normally, members get priority over registration, but we really want to reach out to the community, so our non-members, anyone who is not a member of the Y can register starting that week, and then our membership base can register starting April 5th.
Right, and this is for anyone, for children who, and for adults maybe who want to strengthen or even just begin to learn how to swim. We have said it before, it's not just about recreation. It is about safety. When you think about drowning as the #1 leading cause of death for children between the ages of 1 and 5, I've covered enough drowning stories in my career to never want to cover one again. And I think of my own children, young, interested in learning to swim. This is the week to begin, right, and to learn. And like you said, it's about equity. It's about giving kids who don't normally have access to pools and recreational swimming a chance to learn.
Exactly.
So they can feel a part of it too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's social too, isn't it? Swimming is fun.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Now, of course, it's not always for me. I was saying I'm not the best swimmer, and so I don't always like being in the water, but it is a life-saving skill, too.
Yep, just teaching people how to be safe around the water is our main priority. Just teaching children to ask permission before getting in the pool. That's a really big component of our swim lesson program at the Y, is asking permission to get in from their parent, from the swim instructor, and we're noticing that that is curbing the backyard drownings of kids just running and jumping in pools. They're actually going to mom and dad asking, may I swim in the pool first? And then they have supervision.
Such a small thing, yet I hate to say it, it ripples out into the community, but that's the whole point of this week, right?
Yep.
If people do this for the week and say, I really like this, I want to keep doing it, they can then sign up.
Yep.
To keep with swim lessons, right? Because you hold group and private swim lessons?
We do. We run our normal group swim lessons run by sessions, anywhere from 7 to 9 weeks, depending on how long the session is. And those who do have to register, if you're a member, they are slightly cheaper than they are for a program member, but we do offer it to the community as well. And then if you want more of that one-on-one atmosphere, especially adults really like that as well, you can do private lessons.
Yeah. It's about being a good neighbor, and that's what the YMCA is doing. We should point out 13 WHAM is a sponsor of this event, a proud sponsor. It's about being a good neighbor.
It is. And I just want to thank the greater Rochester community. Without the generous donations of, the people of this great city and this great region, the corporations, the organizations that partner with us, it helps the Y to build a better community, to build a safer community, and change the world for the better.
Yeah, I'm all about that safety and getting over your hang-ups about swimming. I have those hang-ups. I should be in the pool learning. I think I'm going to end up in a pool, as much as I don't want to be, in a bathing suit for my daughter, so she will learn to swim and be a strong, confident swimmer, in the water and around water as well. That's what it's all about. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Again, April 15th through the 18th. Sign up by March 29th. Online, or give a call and sign up for Splash Week. That's all the time we have today. We'll see you next week on Many Voices, Many Visions. Have a great week, everybody.